Welcome on in, NYMD Podcast. Your hosts, Kevin Hurt and Brian Short. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, Hurt. I'm feeling good. How about you, man?
What's going on, Be Easy? Listen, man, the way this week started off, I was a little bit worried about how the tone and the reflection of this podcast would be. But as I've gotten older, calmed down a tad bit, we're okay today. We're okay. I mean, there's still some things we need to get off our chest.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it wasn't earlier when we wanted to kick down the door, wave in the all I heard was NYMB Podcast, don't hit me no more. That's basically what it was going to be. It was not going to be pretty. Like I was really ready to take people out, like for real.
Well, I can't make any guarantees this morning because I'm still a little
but I can tell when you're ready.
Still a little heated, man.
Yeah, but I can tell when you're ready to you've definitely in a calmer mode because I can tell just by your body language when you go from 0 to 100. And luckily, you're closer to the 0 than the 100 because. I know earlier in the week I was at 101, so okay. I've calmed down, and we'll see how this goes. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We're here a little bit early, so because we have a lot to go over today. So of course we're sitting here on YouTube, StreamYard. You can like us, NYMD Podcast. Of course you can follow us on our social media on YouTube, on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. And, of course, you can download us and listen to us anywhere on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you'll find NYMD Podcast. Well, where are we starting off this morning, man?
All right, well, first things first.
Oh, my goodness. First of all, another thing real quick. We're going to start off that the Wolves are losing to Burnley 3-0. That's all I got to say. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right.
Wow.
All right, man. Stop what you're doing, man. We got unfortunately, we had some sad news, man. A couple weeks ago, man, we lost the great and iconic DMX. And then earlier this week, man, we found out Shock G, man, he passed away, man. And Shock G, aka Humpty Hump, we know him from Digital Underground.
The group that gave us Tupac.
Yeah. Yep. Tupac was, I don't know. He was, if you see the earlier Digital Underground videos, you'll see Tupac in there. You'll see Tupac in
the Humpty Dance video.
Yeah. So
and then he later had a rapping part on the same song, which was on a Dan Aykroyd movie that came out. They were on the soundtrack.
Okay.
He came out, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. But Shock G, man, of course, you know about Digital Underground's albums. But I also didn't know that he co-wrote Mama Said Knock You Out. And he co-produced Tupacalypse Now, man, which I didn't realize that. So
they said he's a Bay Area guy. He's of course, they all came from Cali, but he's very revered over there. Kind of like how Too Short is.
Yeah.
And, even though we know him as a legend, but he's that Cali dude.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Marshawn Lynch. We love Marshawn, but Marshawn is huge where he comes from.
Okay.
So it just and I was reminded how big people are watching DMX's celebration of life yesterday, and just thinking about again, I was born in Yonkers, but I didn't live there. But I visited there enough to know streets and names and places. And the fact that one of the rappers from the Locks this weekend this past week, Jadakiss was in front of my grandma's old apartment giving away free food. Wow. And I just happened to be on Instagram, and I looked. You know how you just get this look like, wait, that looks so familiar, just out of nowhere. Mind you, I haven't been there since I was like 12, because she passed away when I was 12. So I haven't seen that place probably in like 30 some odd years. But when they showed, I was like, I had to stop the video. I was like, wait, is that her apartment complex? Is that Slow Bomb apartment? I was like, wait a second. And it was, dude. I was shocked, yo. And so it's like just the impact, and not to also, last week was my fault to also forget. I forgot about Black Rob passed away. You know, who was signed to Bad Boy. He had the Whoa song, which was huge, you know, everywhere, especially New York, and the Whoa remix. He was part of Bad Boy. So it's just, you know, 3, you know, rapping icons. You know, I know everybody said things happen in threes. I wish that didn't seem to be true, but it seems like it is. All of them will be missed. But yeah, Shock G, I remember that song came out junior high. Well, at least for us, I don't know what you call it here. But, you know, junior high was just like 8th grade. Yeah. So I think you guys had, was it middle school?
Middle school, yeah.
So yeah, it's man, we had junior high is 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, so I remember because we had the little junior high dance, and everybody was doing the Humpty dance.
Yeah, and I will say, and I will stand by this for as long. I will stand by this. Yo, Humpty Dance beat, yo, that's one of the greatest beats in hip hop, man. That beat, yo, I'm still amazed by it, and you still hear it today. You know,
because it will make you do the dance.
Yeah,
that was it. There's not too many beats that will get you to go to someplace. I think that and like It Takes Two.
Yes.
It would just get you, you know. Yeah, but go ahead for what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna say, but that beat, when you hear the beat, it's like there's no it's just you know what I mean? But oh man, that beat is just so good, man. And that song has stood the test of time, man. Yep. It's amazing. You still hear you'll still hear Humpty Dance, man. That beat somewhere, like whether it's in a movie, commercial, like you hear it, like from time to time. It's amazing, man. That's one of the greatest beats in hip hop history, as far as
and he also had one of the greatest characters. I mean, it's like it was almost like he was a wrestler.
Yeah,
and he had a gimmick.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and Humpty was his gimmick.
Yep.
And as a kid, when he first came out with that whole thing, I'm like, wait, are there 2 people?
You're right. Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, I don't know. I have not seen them at the same place at the same time. Then they try to make a song where they're like rapping together. I'm like, wait a second. You know, because they were on the ground. That was one of my first dating myself here tapes that I got.
Hey, yeah.
It was called Sex Packets.
Yep, Sex Packets.
And that joint, they had a couple of songs in there that I liked. So
Do What You Like.
Yep. Yep. I remember when he came out with No Nose Job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to, you know, again, Shock G and his family, and you know, just you know, it's such a sad time, and you know, the hip hop world losing so many people.
Yeah. So
shout out to everybody. Shout out to, you know, DMX's family. Shout out to Yonkers. Shout out to, you know, everywhere. You know, and I just wish you kind of started with "I Once Got Busy in the Burger King Bathroom." Would have been like a better title. You want to talk about eye catching?
Yeah. And remember when the video came on and they beeped out Burger King?
Yeah.
Like, before I heard the song, I was like,
because Burger King was like, we don't want to be part of your advertisement. Then they probably did. Yeah.
But it was weird because you thought he was I know I did when I first saw the video. I was like, he was cussing. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is he saying? You know what I mean? And then you hear the song. Oh, Burger King.
Like, he's from the West Coast, like an NWA song, because you really only heard like when NWA come out, it's only you can hear a couple words, you know, or a Luke song,
right?
Because Luke songs were like, ha, what the, ha, ha. Right. It was like.
Right, like, they were censoring everything. So
remember they banned 2 Live Crew.
They banned 2 Live Crew. Yep.
Yeah, that's when they came out with banned in the USA, like literally banned.
Yep, they banned 2 Live Crew, and remember, they even banned, which is crazy when you think about nowadays, but they banned the Baby Got Back video. Remember, Too Racy? That video got banned for a little bit.
And it's really the crazy thing is most of those people in there really didn't have any back, but that's besides.
Oh, that is so true.
Like the only thing that had back was the peach.
Was the fruit? Yeah,
that was it. Oh my! What video am I watching? It's crazy. But shout out to Seattle. My Posse's on Broadway, still the best song that they have.
Yeah, that was Baby Got Posse on Broadway. Yeah.
Dude, that's like My Posse's on Broadway. Down. My Posse's on Broadway. That's.
And he used that same flow throughout the whole song.
I'm from Seattle in a major way. I mean, oh my God, over this.
Oh boy,
we need to have just a hip hop show.
Oh man,
just a whole show, no sports, no nothing, just hip hop.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's just, especially when we start losing people left and right. It's like it should be the NY to MD A to Z hip hop show.
Yeah.
Just, because I mean, it's something that we grew up on, something that we love. Especially, I'm not, of course, not being from this area, I didn't know how many people, originated from the DMV or even, just from Baltimore. Because for me, everything was New York centric, or Cali, until other people started coming out from Houston. Then there was Atlanta. Then Miami, then Detroit. So it was just always, but me, everything centered around New York, but you hear people from everywhere, and sometimes you didn't like. I swear, when Kid and Play came out, and they had those go-go beats, I didn't know what the heck that was. I didn't know it was such a thing as go-go. I didn't know these dudes. You know what I mean? Till I got to school down here, I was like, wow, that's sardines and porky beans, huh? That's, are you seeing sardines and porky beans? Oh, I forgot. You know what? You probably heard that down in Maryland a lot, right? Was there a lot of go-go down there?
Oh, dude, yeah. First of all, I'm not really a go-go fan.
No, who? Okay, I almost said who is, but like really, like, not to say. There's like. The thing is, it's catchy sometimes.
Yeah, but the problem with it, go, man, we really took this show in a different direction.
That's what we do.
Yeah. But the thing with go-go, it's like, at the end of the day, it all sounds the same to me, man. And
because it is. 3 in the morning, the pancake house. 5 in the morning, and we on the go to sounds the same. It's the same as sardines. Hey, pork and beans. I mean, it's all the same. It's just, and they usually just take somebody else's song and just put it to a go-go beat.
Yeah.
But I give it to them. They created something that area really adopted and loved.
Yeah, but to answer your question, yes, there were a lot of people, really into go-go down at College Park, man. Yep.
I had no idea until I came here. I was like, I have no idea what this is, but these people are going crazy. So, all right, let's get into some sports before we start talking go-go bands. What you got?
Well, I want to keep it respectful right now. And this involves your team, so I just want to get your thoughts. We found out this week 2 Washington football team players, former players, retired. Alex Smith and Jordan Reed. And as a Washington fan, I just want to get your thoughts on these players and the impacts they had on your teams and your thoughts on their retirements.
The first thought that came to my mind when I saw Alex Smith retire, because he retired like a day before Jordan Reed retired, right? Mm-hmm. So when Alex Smith said he was retiring, it was relief. Honestly, you know how much I was, I don't know, scared isn't a word. I was so anxious every time he, took the field. The thing is, he's a good dude. He's a good leader. he galvanized that locker room. He took us to the playoffs. With basically on one leg, and the dude fought. The dude nearly died, and just the respect level I have for him. Everything, and I know his last season probably wasn't the season that he wanted because it was a new regime there, a bunch of people who probably just wanted him out of the way, and also who were probably looking at him like, please just don't get hurt, they didn't have a choice but to put him out there, and he played, and he got the comeback story of the year really, him and I think and Trey Mancini coming back from his bout with cancer. But it's just man, so him retiring, I felt relief, but he, the dude, hopefully he's in the Utah Football Hall of Fame. He led a bunch of teams. He's done so much. He's not going to get the level of respect because he was replaced basically everywhere he went. But he's one of those guys that's a consummate professional. Obviously, he's got a great family around him. So I was happy to hear that. Jordan Reed is almost the same way, but in a different way. That dude got one more concussion. His concussion, I couldn't every time, and he was so good.
Yeah,
like the dude had hands. He could have been one of the best tight ends in football. Period. Yeah. But he was concussion susceptible all the time. Yeah. And seeing him laying on the ground time after time, it just takes something away from you. As a fan, you just kind of like, listen, man, you're really good, but please, I almost was mad at the team for breaking him back, even though he could clear. The doctors could clear him to come back. So I can't. I'm not sitting here angry, but it's a certain. Oh man, it's just a lot. So I'm glad he stepping away as well.
Yeah. So when I heard about these two retirements, I had two words. Thank goodness. Yeah. And to be honest with you, Hurt, I know this may sound crazy, but I'm more happy about Jordan Reed retiring than I am about Alex Smith. This is like we've seen the Alex Smith comeback, so we know that he's okay. Jordan Reed, every time, dude, that dude is on a football field. Like I'm worried. When he played for San Fran, I was last year. Yeah. I was like, man, dude, why are you still playing? Like he's somebody I'm legitimately worried about. This guy post football, man. And I just hope that he's okay and he stays healthy. I'm so glad he retired. But I wish them both well. Like you said, Jordan Reed was so good. If he had stayed healthy, he could have been one of the all-time greats. But unfortunately, the major thing you think about with him are his injuries, more specifically his concussion. So good move, man. You had 7 years. Hopefully, you were able to do your thing for 7 years, but yeah, man, it's time to get out, man. So, both of them, Alex Smith, number one pick, of course, that was the same draft that Aaron Rodgers slid all the way down to Green Bay. Yeah. But coming out of Utah, man, Alex Smith was the man, and he was a good quarterback. Alex Smith could get you. He was a winning quarterback, but he couldn't get you over the hump. Almost.
He was a Super Bowl quarterback.
And he almost did. I mean, those years in San Fran, he went to a couple of NFC championship games, and but like you said, he just got replaced. Seemed like every
kind of reminded me of Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
Drew Bledsoe can get you so far, and then it was that game against the Jets. He got hurt. Tom Brady came in, and remember Tom Brady got hurt during that season, and Drew Bledsoe, I think, won a playoff game for him.
He did. He won. And I think it was against Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, okay. And then took him out, and when Tom Brady came back, it was Tom Brady's job, and that just seemed like that was what happened to Alex.
Yeah,
he was good in San Fran. Then why was my brain going? Colin,
Kansas City.
No, but he started. I'm saying where he started in San Francisco, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then Colin came over. Then he went to Kansas City, and he was doing well there.
Yeah, he was taking
Yeah, then we all know Mahomes came, and that was it. Then he came to Washington. And if it wasn't for a couple of injuries, and then unfortunately the horrific Joe Theismann-esque injury, he probably would still be the starting quarterback of that team.
Yep.
So, but it's but shout out to both of them. I really hope they enjoy their post-retirement careers. I really feel like Alex is a dude that could be in a front office, that could be part of a team. He's just someone that you want around guys because he's such an inspirational dude. And having him around any organization, if I was whatever team needed leadership and needed someone on their staff or in the room or just anything, Alex Smith is that dude. So I really hope he has a second post career.
Yep. All right, man. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it light. We're gonna keep it positive right now.
Okay.
We're gonna skip over to baseball. Hurt. You know me. I've been very critical of Moneyball. I'm not a Moneyball guy, but right now the A's on Baltimore. They've beaten the Orioles 2 games so far in the series. They are on a 13-game winning streak right now after starting off 0-6. I know your Angels out there hurt, but will the A's win the AL West, man?
Wow, so that's a good question. They will not. They always end up faltering somehow at the end due to probably full quality of guys. They are forever a wild card team. They will somehow on the last day of the season they sneak into the playoffs. They never win the division, but they'll somehow defy reality and make it into the playoffs. So I do not think they're going to win the division. It's still early in the season. I know the Angels are under 500 currently. They can get it. Yeah, Seattle is 1 game behind them. Again, still cannot name you one Seattle Mariner currently. That division is it's light. I don't even know what Texas has. Again, Houston does have talent. Everybody hates them, which everybody should, I guess. So it'll take time for the other teams to get going, but I don't think Oakland's going to win. But they're exciting to watch. I mean, 13 wins in a row. I think that's tied for a record in April.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in MLB history. So, that's cool. And they're the only team to go on this run, I think, with being 5 games under 500 or something like that, because they were like 1-7 when they started this thing. And now they're 14-7. So, this is cool. When growing up, the Oakland A's were like my AL team. I loved the green. I loved the elephant little mascot they had. Mark McGuire, Carney Lansford, the Walt Weiss from Rockland County, New York. They had a bunch of guys and stuff. Terry Steinbach that were likable. So so I always followed them. So I always root for them. But they always have a good team. They don't have the best team. They won't have the best team, but they always have a good team, and they're fun to watch.
Can you name me an Oakland Athletic?
Chris Davis, is he still there?
I don't think he's still on the A's, but he might be.
Because I know if he did, he bat like 215. What was it? 241?
247.
247. Like 3 years in a row?
4.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I still don't. I don't.
It's a statistical anomaly that will never happen again, ever in the history of life.
Dude,
like, how does that occur?
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, the only person I know, I think, because I saw highlights, he leads the league in home runs, I think, is Matt Olson. I think the first baseman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the only person I know on that team. I think there's Jed Lowry or somebody on that team.
You know what? I think so, because I think he hit a home run last night. I tuned into the Oriole game in the 4th inning, and he hit a home run. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Gotcha. What's up, Doc?
Good morning.
Yeah. Congratulations go out to the Doc on her 50-mile bike-a-thon she went on the other day, all the way down to Annapolis and back.
What?
Yes.
Doc, I didn't know you were rolling like that.
Rolling. They hating. Just riding dirty on the bike. Riding dirty. Going down to Annapolis, getting some ice cream.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm sitting there making memes because her best friend called her on her ride while she's eating ice cream, disturbing her. So yeah,
That's funny. That's pretty good. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've been called out, son. You've been called out, son. You've been called out, son.
I don't know.
You've been called out, son.
I don't know.
You've been called out, son. Well, don't mean you have to do that.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm gonna roll with y'all. I'm gonna roll with y'all. I'm gonna roll with y'all one of these days. Yes. At least once.
There we go. We're gonna have the NY to MD bike-a-thon, baby.
Wait, we're not biking NY to MD, are we?
They can. Okay, the Crawfords, her and AC can definitely go. I ain't doing that. Like from my house to your house, yes. Yes. So we can start you at 10 miles. There we go.
All right. Okay.
Oh, somebody's decided about
10 miles?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What, that's a lot?
That sounds like a lot.
That sounds like a lot. Just think about breaking down in 5 and 5.
Actually, you know what? That might be like from biking to my mom's house and back, maybe.
There you go.
It might not be that bad, actually.
Yeah, no, once you're out there, you're fine.
Okay. All right. Can we start off with 2 miles?
Stop. Stop. All right. What's the next question?
Can we do a 5K for bikes? You know what I mean?
We're going to have the NYMD podcast bike-a-thon. I'm telling you.
All right, man.
You'll get it together one day. Well, first I got to get it together first too. But they like riding at nighttime. I don't do night.
I don't know about that one.
Yep, no. I told them, they're like, you know what? I'm not afraid of bats, not afraid of insects, not afraid of those things, right? It's just it's dark. I can't see where I'm going. I don't care how bright. Now, mind you, they do have like car lights on those bikes that they have, but it still doesn't help me when I'm biking. I need to see. Okay, so I wouldn't mind biking early.
Man,
yeah, that's just So we ain't doing any night times. We do anyway. You're up at like 4:30 anyway every day.
Yeah.
So we can go out early. I'm fine with that.
All right.
What you got next?
All right, man. We gonna go to basketball, man. And I just had this question. What? Oh,
that's so nice. Good.
All right.
And he wakes up at 3 a.m. So it just gets earlier as the show goes on.
I know.
He goes to sleep at like 11:30. Wakes up at 3.
Oh man.
First
of all, Steph, he's been showing off lately, man, and he just broke one of Kobe's records, which I'm still something about scoring 30 points for 10 straight games or something like that, while being over the age of 33 or something crazy like that. Anyway, the Warriors are on a roll right now. Steph is going off. Should Steph be the MVP? Is he the MVP, Hurt? Because he said in the interview this week, hey man, they asked him that. He said, I gotta be.
No. And I'm sorry, Mom. I know how much you love Steph. And I have no issues with Steph. I really don't. But no. My one and only answer is no. As much as it,
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go elaborate.
As much and how good as he is, because you can't deny his greatness. The dude, I've never seen anybody shoot like that, where it seems like it's going to be automatic,
right?
Wherever he shoots from on the floor, he now leads the league in scoring, bypassing our boy Bradley Beal, who was leading the league in scoring for a while. I just cannot give it to a team in 10th place, a guy on a team in 10th place. I just can't do it.
Okay.
And as great as he is, again, they're at 500. They're in 10th. I can't. Won't do it. Can't do it.
That's fine. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Herb, because you segue right into my next question. We're going to go from one team in 10th place to another team that's in 10th place. And my question to you is, nobody beats the Wiz, Herb? What is going on?
No. Listen. They just who they beat yesterday? They beat Toronto.
No. They beat not Toronto. Gosh, I forgot what team. I watched a little bit of the game and I can't even remember.
I'm sorry, I got them confused. I got them confused with the Knicks, so that's my fault. They just beat Oklahoma City.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so they're on a nice little streak where they beat said Warriors. So they beat Utah, who happened to have the best record in the league, Sacramento, Pelicans, Detroit, Oklahoma City twice, Golden State with their supposed MVP guy, and they face the Cavaliers tonight, and they could extend their record. They're still, now mind you, on this winning streak, they're still 7 games under 500.
I know.
Which is crazy.
If the season were to stop today, they'd be in the playoff.
Which would be great because, again, I love Bradley. You know how much I love Bradley Beal.
Right.
I'm a Bradley Beal guy. Just watching him play, his game has gotten so much better. The team is still scared. They have a lot of injuries. They have a lot of injuries on that team. A lot of their big guys are hurt. Your boy Lynn's doing a good job filling in, though.
Yeah.
And the other day, I actually stopped and watched a game when they were playing OKC, and I was just like,
yeah,
okay. Now, again, I did not know once Bradley Beal and your favorite player Westbrook, who's by the way close to passing Oscar Robertson for all-time triple doubles.
Right.
And I feel like it's funny. I feel like he's earned them here more than he earned them in like Oklahoma City.
Right.
I really feel like that dude's actually going for he's actually doing what he's supposed to do. Not everybody's kind of getting out of his way, but he's going after these things.
It's so funny that he has made triple doubles so blasé or whatever that he's averaging a triple double this season.
Yeah, he did. And he did for a couple seasons. Yeah. But I feel like it's weird because I respect it more now than I did when he was before for some reason.
Absolutely. And of course, he already broke the Wizards record for triple doubles by a player.
I mean, what Wes Unseld had? I mean, it wouldn't even be that many.
But he broke it. But he broke it in 30-some games. It's crazy. It's crazy. He broke the all-time record, and the season's not even over yet. But nah, man.
I feel like out of the people who are vying for that 10th playoff spot, there's no other team I'd want to see more than, and it's not hometown bias. It's just they're more entertaining team. And no one wants to see Chicago or Toronto or this version of Toronto anyway. So the Wizards, they need that spot. They deserve that spot. And it would be exciting for them to make it.
Yeah, and not only to make it, but wouldn't it be cool if somehow they would match up against the Nets, and then you would have Durant versus Russ? That would be crazy, man.
Yeah, I think they would, but I think the play-in would be the 7th team. So I think they would play Miami, and Charlotte plays Indiana for the spots, I believe.
Okay.
For that little play-in tournament to get the 7th and 8th seed. And then if they came in 8th or finished that tournament and made it, they would probably play the Nets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be so cool, man, to see Russ versus Durant. I would just love to see that, man. Wizards versus Nets. That's all I'm hoping for.
The thing is, I wouldn't, because Durant's going to win that 9 times out of 9.
They're going to win, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that it's not like Russ isn't the dude for me in that. I would be more excited to see how Bradley goes off as compared, because Russ to me can give me 40 or 50. Bradley can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only thing is Brody gonna try to D up on KD and try to take him out the game or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope the Wizards make it, because the Knicks are in the fourth. The Knicks are in the 4th spot. What in the heck is going on?
Yo, I actually watched the Knicks yesterday. They were on yesterday.
Yeah, and they beat Toronto. So yeah.
Yeah, man, and yeah, man. That's a good story though, man. Was it Thibodeau, man? He has those dudes playing. And Knicks fans are really excited right now, and they have every right to be, man.
Dude, no one expected the team to be relevant, let alone in 4th place in the Eastern Conference. So, shout out to the Knicks. Just keep it going, man. And, and think about it. They're really 4 games behind the Bucks for 3rd place. Not saying they're going to make it. But, I mean, just hopefully they keep their spot and they don't fall down into that danger zone of the 7th, 8th, 9th or whatever. But yeah. I'm proud of the Knicks, and I just hope they keep it up.
Yeah, they're the only team that's hotter than the Wiz right now, man. So,
yeah, sure.
Amazing.
Not in a row. Yep, not in a row.
Well, Hurt, we got the pleasantries out the way. Yeah, but I think from this point on, it might get a little heated in here.
It's gonna get tight.
Yeah, but before we go there, I'm just gonna, normally I try to give you the quote of the week or the tweet of the week, but there was just so many things. So I'm renaming that segment to this. Do you have a problem with? Okay. So let's start off, Hurt. I got 4 things I just want to get your opinion on.
Okay.
First of all, we're going to start with Trevor Lawrence. Okay. So Trevor Lawrence, he did an article, I believe it was with Sports Illustrated. Hold on, I'm trying to bring up my information. It's not coming up. Thanks a lot, slow computer. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, he did an article with Sports Illustrated last week. Okay. And he said some comments that kind of ruffled some feathers. And I just want to get your opinion on this. Basically, he said, for me, it was more so. I don't feel like I have anything to prove, not because of what I've done or the success I've had, but just my personality. That's not how I operate. I'm internally motivated. I'm not looking for things to motivate me. I have it all inside. I got goals, aspirations, dreams to be the best I can be. Is really just love the game. And basically what he was talking about, basically he was saying that he doesn't get motivated by like awards and all this stuff, not really having like a chip on his shoulder. And people got upset about this. You know what I mean? Like, is this dude really a competitor? It's the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? He, awards don't motivate him and all this stuff. Like, did you have a problem with his comments?
No. Just because platitudes and little things like that, awards or MVPs, that doesn't mean anything. Maybe in terms of your career, the thing is, can you win? Are you going to win? Are you a winner? Can you take that? And the team that you're on, in this case, probably Jacksonville, and make them into a winner? That's all that matters. If you can sit there, that team, and make them relevant, that right there means more than anything else. So that's the biggest thing right there. So I think you. I think you're muted. Oh, we got it. Switch it.
All right, I don't know what just happened right there.
Yeah, yeah. So this is, since we're superstitious, I'll be right back.
All right, yeah, I don't know what was going on with that.
I cannot be over there. I don't know how you doing over that side. I think you froze because we were doing okay, and then I know I was. I don't know if you were hearing me, but I know your video froze.
Okay, your video. See, from my end, you froze, and I couldn't hear you. So
yeah, because I was looking at the video online, and I was the only one moving, which is weird.
Oh, yeah, same here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that. But anyway, you didn't have any time.
Yeah, if you got to take down the other computer in order for everything to work better, this is what we got to do. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's all the same computer.
Yeah, you know I'm not a computer person. I just don't know if it's interfering with stuff.
Yeah, I have multiple web pages up. I don't know if that's doing anything.
Oh, okay.
But
that could be too many web pages, Brian. But no, anyway, I don't have a problem. I don't know if you heard what I said.
No,
but no, I have zero problem with him saying what he said, because some people aren't motivated by, being MVP of the league, whatever. That's great. Can you win? It's all about winning for your team. And if he does that and he makes Jacksonville a winner, that's where he'll get all his success and everything else from. So that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're MVP, Rookie of the Year. Can you take that team and make it better? That's what he's concerned about, not him personally. So I have no issue.
Okay, I agree. I didn't have any problem with it. I mean, this dude's been the dude. We knew he was going to be the number one pick since 2 years ago when he won the championship. And it's like freshman year 2 years ago he won the championship. Like, this guy's obviously a competitor, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
thank you. It's just, and it's always non-competitive people that always want to cause someone not being a competitor.
So stupid. All right, man. Question: do you have a problem with Tom Brady? This week, the NFL, they gave some flexibility on jersey numbers. Basically, let's see. The new NFL jersey rules allow running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers to wear 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. Defensive backs can wear 1 through 49. Linebackers can wear 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. O-linemen can wear 50 to 79, and D-linemen can wear 50 through 79 and 90 through 99. So it's kind of like college, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like college a little bit. But I don't know. Tom was not happy. Tom was not happy, Hurt. Let's see. On his Instagram, he put, "Good luck trying to block the right people now. I'm going to make for a lot of bad football." Then he said, "Why not let the linemen wear whatever they want to? Why have numbers? Just have colored jersey. Why not wear the same number? Dumb." Like, come on, Tom. Like, really? Dude.
Well, obviously, by the tone of you quoting him, you have a problem with what he said.
Yeah, like, Tom, dude, it's just a number change. Like, you mean to tell me, Tom, you're not smart enough to tell that a linebacker's now wearing 23? Come on, man. Like, get the heck out of here, man. Like, in college, what was Chase Young's number in college, Hurt? Wasn't it like 4 or 2? I think it was like 2. Yeah, like, really? So the old linemen aren't going to know who to block now because Chase Young's wearing 2? Like, come on, man. Get the heck out of here, Tom.
This is equivalent to old man not wanting something to change. When you've been doing something for so long, he's been doing this for so long, he just doesn't want it to change. Just like all of a sudden, if we decided to go to the metric system, how long it's taken me to just add.
Whoa. No, that's a horrible comparison because that would.
No, I mean for him. I'm saying for him, like that's how he sees it. I'm just saying for myself. You're okay with numbers. I'm slow with numbers. So doing meters and kilometers and all that good stuff, I can't. Like I can barely do yards and feet. And so if we just switch something in the middle of me being as old as I am, I don't want that either. That's all I'm saying. It's just I'm old. I don't want it changing. It's too much. Like it's just too much. And for him, it's just 54 is the mic. 6 is the mic. Is a little bit different for him. That's all. 6 is the mic. And in his head, it just sounds stupid. No one cares. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, but for him, it is what it is. But it's the old person on the lawn, yelling at the kids.
You're right. But that being said, I hate the rule.
And I agree with you. I don't understand why we need to change all that crap anyway. It's
It's just so dumb. So
Just leave
Thomas
it
Wright is dumb, but come on, dude, stop whining.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. This is one thing about college I don't like. I don't like my quarterbacks being 27. I just don't.
Yeah, no.
It's just again, I love college, but I don't like that. It's just not saying it throws me off, but it's just a weird number.
Yeah,
You know, it should be 1 through 19. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
You know,
It is weird because the NFL, that's so strict on things. You know, they're strict on uniforms. You gotta have your socks up at your knees. But yet now they're going to be like, oh yeah, defensive lineman, you can wear 14 now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just no.
Yeah. All right, man. Next one, Hurt. We're going to continue in this theme. Do you have a problem with? Okay. And this goes back to what you just said earlier about the Knicks. They're on a roll. And your favorite player this week came out and had a tweet. Ain't no denying, Dipset. And the league is simply better off when the Knicks are winning. That's what LeBron tweeted. First of all, is the NBA better off when the Knicks are winning?
Yes.
Do you have a problem with LeBron tweeting that?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Because LeBron can do no wrong in your eyes.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. He should have went to the Knicks instead of the Lakers.
First of all, he's completely wrong. The league is not better off when the I hate this narrative, right? That we do in sports. Baseball's better when the Yankees are winning. Football's better when the America's team goes to the play. Like, no, they're not. Because there's always a team. There's always a team that's, you know, who knew that, you know, that the Chiefs were going to become this NFL powerhouse all of a sudden. So now out the blue, the Chiefs are like, you know, the next, you know, NFL dynasty or whatever. So is the NFL hurt because the Steelers might be on the downhill, or because Dallas hasn't made it to an NFC championship game in 20 some odd years? Like, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what teams are in it. It's the players. It's the players. And the Knicks have been irrelevant for 20 years, and the NBA has been fine. We've had LeBron. We've had Kobe. We've had Shaq. You know, we had, I would say Michael, but they were still relevant when Michael was around. You know, we've had James Harden. We've had Kevin Durant. Like, we've had other stars. The NBA doesn't need the Knicks to be good. Okay? So
he didn't say that.
No, he said it's the league's better off. No, the league's not better. How's the league better off because the Knicks are winning now?
Because New York is see. This is called the NY to MD.
This is called New York and their inflated ego. Look, New York is the great. New York is a great city, okay? But get over yourselves, all right? I love New York, okay? But good Lord, New York doesn't have to be in the forefront of everything for everything to be great. I just get sick and tired of that narrative. I get sick and tired of it. Oh, the Yankees gotta win. The Mets have to. No, y'all don't. We got other teams we can follow. Nobody cares if the Yankees are winning. Nobody cares if the Knicks. The NBA is not better off because the Knicks are now winning. I'm glad the Knicks are winning. But if they weren't, the NBA would be just fine. All right, I've said my piece. Go ahead.
It's 8:31 a.m. on a Sunday, and we have started the decline of the show.
Explain to me why we need the Knicks to win for the NBA to be better. Please explain.
To be relevant. They don't need to just to be relevant. It's you want the Pacers? I mean, who like Knicks Pacers? What like it's no one cares about the Pacers. No one cares about Indiana. You need the Knicks. The Hawks, they can't even fill up their arena because no one cares about them. Or the Knicks. Miami. People leave at halftime at Miami. Knicks and New York, Madison Square Garden, just New York in general is the biggest, one of the most important markets. Not saying the Knicks need to win, but when they're good, it draws more eyes. It gets more people interested. That's all it is. They don't need to win just as long as they're relevant.
See, that's where I disagree. When the Knicks win, New York is happy. Yeah,
if we're happy, the world's happy, bro. That's all it is. I mean, again, I get it. I totally understand. Where you would be coming from where you are, but it just, I just feel. I mean, that's the case.
No, I just don't believe in I just don't believe in the narrative that New York has to be in the forefront of sports in order for this. I don't believe that
it's better. Not. It's like not saying it doesn't. Like adding New York is like adding pepperoni to a pizza. That's all. It just makes it that much better. Doesn't mean that you need to have.
You just proved my point. You just proved my point to me. You just proved my point.
What? Oh, because you only eat cheese. Is that what?
Yeah, adding pepperoni to a pizza. Oh, see, okay, now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, because
you just did.
Mr. I hate cheese, still eat pizza. There you go, right there. Okay, that's where we're coming from with this. But I don't want to stay too long on this.
All right, just because this. Just real quick, hold on. The Jets and the Giants have been awful, right, for a decade. Well, maybe not a decade, but they've been awful at least for the past 5 years. The NFL has been fine.
Well, that's the whole thing. I know he said the Knicks. I feel like it's in certain. NFL is a juggernaut all its own, right? It really is. Fill in A, B, like you said, the girls in Dallas have not been good in forever, and they're hated. But people will still watch the NFL because of the product,
right?
If I wasn't here and the Wizards were somewhat entertaining, I'm not watching anything. But I'll watch an NFL game no matter who's playing because the NFL has its own entity. It's not set on that. You know what I mean? But absolutely. I would rather watch I'm not watching freaking Pacers on TV for nothing. Just not doing it.
Actually, you know what? I've been wrong. You're right. Now that I think about this, you're right. LeBron is right. The league is simply better off when the Knicks are winning because the East sucks. I just forgot. The East is horrible.
You're in the East. How are you going to forget that?
Yeah, the NBA East or whatever the divisions are, they suck. So you know what? The teams are so bad in the East. He's right. When the Knicks win, it does make it better by default because the East just sucks so badly. So, all right. Yeah. Okay, Hurt. I didn't see that coming. Do you have a problem with these comments, Hurt? Okay. I just I'm just not sure where you stand on this. And I just need to know. Let's see. Let's see. These comments were made this week by a person that shall not be named. I find it hard to believe, and I'm not defending Derek Chauvin in any way. I find it hard to believe, first of all, that he intentionally meant to kill George Floyd. That being said, his actions were uncalled for. I don't care what color the person is on the street. I don't know what led to the video that we saw where his knee was on his neck, but the man had thrown in the towel. I'll say his name, Brett Favre, who's been in the news a lot lately for comments. First of all, he has come out and said that sports and politics, athletes should stay out of politics and all this stuff, and he was also criticizing Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to, pretty much just shut up and not make these demands and just, stay where he is. Now, I guess he's kind of breaking his old rules because now he's publicly commenting on Chauvin and his assessment. Oh, he didn't mean to kill that man. No. I've just had enough of this dude, man. And this is coming from a guy who was a Brett Favre fan. You know what I'm saying? He wore my favorite number. And this guy, the more he opens his mouth, the more I just want to punch this man in the face, honestly. And I'm just done. I'm done with. Just don't speak. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see you. Just go away, man. Just go away with your Wrangler jeans, and just bye. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
What do you got next?
You good?
My mama said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. What you got next?
All right. Well, since you have nothing to say on that one, maybe you can explain this to me, because this is the biggest question I've had all week. But no. Before that, no. Answer this question for me.
So, did they have issues with him?
Okay.
I'm not sure the background. So I need to help with the background to understand what's going on here.
All right. So here's what happened. I'm gonna give you the complete history.
Okay? Yeah, because I need it, because it seems like there's more to it than just what occurred.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you the complete history of this whole thing. So 3 years ago, 2018, Orlando Brown Jr. got drafted, right? If you remember, he had a horrific combine. Some described it as the worst combine in the history of the NFL. I mean, he it was obviously he didn't prepare. His numbers were horrible. Because of that, he slipped to the 3rd round. The Ravens drafted him. Now, of course, he already had ties to the Ravens because his father played for the Ravens. So he had already been around the facilities and everything when he was a little kid, right? So that was a great draft. And, he starts at right tackle, right? He played left tackle in college. His dad was a left tackle. But, of course, we already had Ronnie Stanley, who we drafted a couple years before. Ravens paid Ronnie Stanley in the middle of the season last year, gave him a big contract. 2 days after they signed Ronnie Stanley to that contract, he gets hurt, out for the year. Lo and behold, we have to use Orlando Brown at left tackle, okay? His original position that he played in college. Now, Lamar Jackson's MVP season, Orlando Brown was a Pro Bowler at right tackle. Last year, he was a Pro Bowler at left tackle. Ronnie Stanley got hurt, I believe, in game 7. So I think he played nine games at left tackle, selected to the Pro Bowl. So in January, he tweets out, oh, by the way, so he's had 3 full seasons in the NFL, 2-time Pro Bowler. In January, he tweets out, I'm a left tackle. So basically, he's setting the stage that he wants to be left tackle. And from him, it's smart because, of course, left tackles get paid way more than right tackles. So Ronnie Stanley's coming back this year. He would have had to play right tackle this year. And if he plays right tackle and he does well, of course, teams are going to view him as a right tackle and pay him accordingly. He wants to be paid as a left tackle. So he's setting the stage to be traded. The Ravens were like, fine. That's fine. We'll if you can find a team and that's willing to take you on and wants to pay you, they honored his request to be traded. There's no hard feelings. It's all business. This is his last year, right? So he's trying to take advantage of the situation. So basically, the Ravens allow him to seek out a trade. He gets traded to, as we find out, he gets traded to the Chiefs. They plan on playing him at left tackle. The Ravens trade him for the Chiefs' number 1 pick, which was 31. The Ravens also get a 3rd round pick this year, a 4th round pick this year, and a 5th round pick next year. However, the Ravens, not only did they trade Orlando Brown to the Chiefs, but they also gave up their 2nd round pick this year and their 6th round pick next year. So essentially, they swapped a 5-4-6 in next year's draft. They swapped a 1-4-2 in this year's draft, and they picked up a 3 and a 4. So essentially, we got a 1 and a 3 and a 4 for Orlando Brown. The Chiefs get a Pro Bowl left tackle, and they get a 2nd round pick. So even though they lose their 1st round pick at the end of the round, they still get a 2nd round pick. So essentially, the Ravens traded Orlando Brown for the right to move up 27 spots in the 1st round draft and the 3rd and 4th pick. And, oh, by the way, they didn't trade him to the NFC. They didn't trade him to like Detroit or Chicago.
Or the Rams. I mean, the Rams need him to protect their franchise quarterback.
I heard. No, they trade him to the enemy, to the team that we cannot get over the hump. We've played the Chiefs 3 times in the past 3 years, and we've lost to them each time. We essentially strengthened our toughest competition, and we weakened our own team. And I don't feel like we got enough compensation. We gave them a Pro Bowler and a second-round pick. What are your thoughts on this? And I'm pissed.
Yeah, no. If I was you, I would be upset. That would be if my team was good, which they're okay. But if we traded, one of our best players to Tampa Bay or Green Bay or something, and got back, I think
no. That's like, okay. It's not quite this. Of course, it's not quite the same because we're not in the same division. But that's like the Redskins doing a deal with Dallas.
No, that's where I wasn't going. They're not. No, that's like you trading with Pittsburgh.
No, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's not. That's why I try to give it to making a competitor who's already a Super Bowl contender a better Super Bowl contender.
Right, but the only reason why I said Dallas, and I know it's not the same, but this is a team, that we can't get over the hump. This is a team we know we're going to have to go through for years and years to come.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and I get that, but it's like you guys are Super Bowl contenders. They're Super Bowl contenders. They're just a higher level Super Bowl contender, and you made them better while you took a step back. That's what I'm saying. Like, we won a division last year, so we're trading to another division winner to make that division winner better, and we're taking a step back. You get what I'm saying? Right. So, in a team that we can't beat, because we can't beat Tampa Bay beat us last year in the playoffs. I don't know if we played them twice, and we play them again this year. So if we traded somebody to them that they needed, because they need it, why are we in something that we need? Why would we do that unless I'm getting something back? So trading, to me, a first rounder from Kansas City is a second rounder. Honestly. 31 is one.
No. I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that, because 31 is still valuable because you still have a 5th-year option. So if someone wants to trade up to 31,
I get what you're saying.
To get that
value of the length of the contract and everything.
Right. So
I get what you're saying with that.
So I'm not.
I'm talking about maybe just a level of player could be the same, but as far as controlling the contract, you're 100% right.
Right, and 31. At the end of the day, 31 is better than 58.
I mean, is it better than 33? But you had 58. You're saying you had 58.
We had 58.
Gotcha. But why are you giving up a second? Is that just because you had to? Is there some kind of compensation that I?
See, that's the one part of this thing I don't get. I don't quite get. Why did we have to? Why did we trade him to the Chiefs? But why did we have to give up that second round pick?
If you traded him in the 6th, right, to trade for next year's 5th, so you move up, but you give him a draft pick, but you get a better one, and this year you got 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever it is, and next year's 5. I'm like, that makes more sense to me than trading your second and him to get a late first and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 for next year. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what's better? If they didn't give up the second round pick, here's what the Ravens situation would have been: 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, a 3rd, a 4th, and 2 5ths. Okay, now they have 2 first rounders, no second rounders, 2 3rds, 2 4ths, 2 5ths, and a 6th.
Sounds like a good spades hand.
So basically they have 2 picks in every round except for the 6th and the 2nd. And the 7th. But I don't even, the 7th is whatever.
Yeah.
So they gain extra. So it's like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer 2 firsts and 2 seconds, or do you prefer 2 firsts, 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I feel like they could have. I think to me it kind of goes hand in hand with trading him, but also who you're trading him to. Like if I'm trading you one of our best players, I need something to make you worse. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just making you better. I need something more than that. But I mean, it is what it is. But I totally understand your fury about it because I really do feel like you didn't get enough for him, and you also the destination is not ideal.
Right. Now, in the Ravens' defense, if they hold on to Orlando Brown, they lose him next year. And at best, they get a comp pick. At best, they would have got a late third round pick.
Yeah, no, they had to trade him.
So
they had to get rid of him.
Right.
It's just, was there no one like? Would you take, say you were trading him to the NFC, but the deal wasn't as good as this one. Would you do it just to send him to the NFC?
See, I think this is the decision they had to make.
Yeah.
So I think obviously this was the best deal on the table, right? Obviously, they didn't want to do business with the Chiefs.
Nope.
They didn't want to do business, but this was the best deal. I'm looking, I know they're looking in the long term, but I'm looking in the long term too. The dude's only 24 years old. They are going to sign him. Everybody says the Chiefs don't have money. They don't have money, but the salary cap is going up next year. You know what I'm saying? They're going to find a way to pay Orlando Brown.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it just sucks, man. I get it. I get it from his perspective.
Yeah,
I get it
too, and especially when it comes to your career.
Yeah,
and yeah, you want that. You got to make that money, man. The more power to players trying to sign those non-guaranteed contracts.
Right. And I really don't blame him. Like he loves the organization. He's been around the organization his whole life. Like I said, since he was a little.
But it's business. It's not personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm still upset about it. I think this is I texted you. This is one of the dumbest moves the Ravens have done. It all depends on how this draft turns out. They have to hit home runs with these picks. It may be the right. It may want to be in the right decision. I have my doubts, sir. I'm just not buying it. But hey, if they can get, it depends on what they do. It just depends on what they do with these picks. So,
yeah.
All right, man. Now comes the question. I've been staying off the internet. I've been purposely avoiding because I really don't know anything about this. But please explain this to me, please. What in the heck is the European Super League, man?
Well, you want to talking about personal and anger and disbelief. So basically, how can I make this equivalent to people listening who don't watch soccer? That's like, I can't even, there's just too many teams involved. Like there's no real other sport. I guess it would almost be like the Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay because they just won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like San Francisco, like old San Francisco, just the top teams of all time, the greatest teams that are still that are still relevant in football. Chicago, like the oldest teams, Detroit, Washington, the Giants decided, you know what, we're leaving not our competition that we do here, but we're going to make our own playoff. We're just going to have a playoff with ourselves to crown a champion here. But we're still going to play our schedule. But when the teams go to the playoffs, we want a different playoff format. So we want to go play in a different – we were going to make our own where it's just us because we can make more money that way.
So what's the point of even having a regular season?
What's the point of existing, right? So the European Super League was my bad. All the top teams in Europe, the Barcelonas, Real Madrids, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Chelsea, Man City, Man U, Arsenal, that other team in London, and a bunch of other teams coming together. Instead of playing in the Champions League, which is what they play to crown the champion of the best teams in Europe. They want to have the Super League where they play basically every Wednesday, but it's just them. It's just those 12 to 15 teams that they invite to this thing, to where whoever can, basically they just want to control the money. Because right now, playing, like right now, say Real Madrid's playing in the Champions League, but they got to go play in Prague, or they got to play a road game at Olympiacos. There's no money in that for them. They don't want to go on the road, play some little team with like 10 people. But that's happening. That's what happens when you play Champions League football. So instead of that, they want to play in the Super League where when you go to Arsenal, it's going to be 50K there all the time. When you go play Inter Milan, it's going to be 60K in there all the time. There's going to be money all the time coming in. Whether you're on the road or you're playing at home, it's just cash. Sponsors, everything is going to be cash. But in doing so, you're ruining the whole structure of what you've built together to make the Champions League special.
So I have a question. How did this even come up?
It's been something they've talked about for years. What they forgot about was in Europe, unlike any other place, the fans control the teams. And as soon as this came out, every fan base from Arsenal to Man City to Man U went out in full force. And a lot of these owners are non-English owners. So Man United's owned by the Glazers, which is Tampa Bay's owners. Man City's owned by sheiks from Saudi Arabia. Arsenal's owned by the Rams owner, Stan Kroenke. You got Chelsea is owned by a Russian owner. Inter Milan, I think, is an American owner. A lot of these places, so they're taking the fabric of what makes things special there and just basically trying to make a money grab for themselves. So after this whole thing where the fans protested, they went to the stadiums. They stopped team buses from getting into the stadiums. Damn. I mean, they have, like in Europe, soccer is a religion. Which is why I go crazy when I watch probably Arsenal more than any other thing, because it seeps in. These are things. It's like almost like your college team, but you grew up there, you live there. They're your that's your squad, that's your blood, that's your family, that's your everything, and they want to take what you've grown up cheering for them and go someplace and take the fabric of what makes the sport beautiful. You know, like this is the sport, and this is like honestly, this is the one sport besides I'd say basketball would be, if not second, close to it, where a kid can just take a ball. A poor kid in any neighborhood can take a ball and just go out there in their bare feet and become a superstar. That can become a Pele, and that become a Messi. It's the people's sport. That's why it's the most popular sport in the world. And to try to take it and ruin it by we just have these elite couple of teams up here just to get this money grab. No, they underestimated the fact that the people did not want it.
So what's going to happen? Is it going to go to a vote?
Or it's over. No. Teams start as soon as the fans started boycotting and stopping buses and social media. I mean, listen. Arsenal fans are out and we're out in full. Chelsea, Man United. There's a resentment because the owners are mostly non-English, especially in and they don't understand. They just want money.
Right.
It's like, you know, because people at Arsenal are still mad that they left the old stadium for the new stadium for the moment, because we haven't been the same team since we moved to a bigger stadium. It's almost like Washington leaving RFK for where we are now. We haven't been the same organization, even though you have to move into a modern field because the other place was basically a high school. You know, but you move to a place that's also hot garbage.
Right.
But that's besides the point. This is getting off track. But they're leaving and trying to destroy this. Man, I'm like literally for 3 days, I was so upset. Like I just couldn't even like talk about it. And I was going back with fellow Arsenal fans. And I was just like, how are you You can't leave the fabric of what makes it special. And what do we deserve to be in there anyway? We are horrible. We're horrible. How would we, not to mention us, but that team down the road, how the hell they get into this? Who invited these idiots? So the thing is, the only reason they made it is because we're probably there. They didn't want to leave out the market of London. So as Chelsea, they invite Chelsea. We have to be there because we are, at least we have a name to us. Those fools down the street, the only reason they got in there because they've been okay lately.
Who, Tottenham?
Whatever you want to call it. The only reason that you can't have anything super with them. That's like having Bizarro in the Justice League. like he's not even a superhero. What is he doing here? Mm. You know what I mean? They're not. I wouldn't even give him Aquaman status because Aquaman's actually cool now. They're like the fringe superhero. That's like, hey, everybody else in the Justice League got kidnapped, so we have no other choice. So not to mention that the Super League never included PSG, who said they weren't going to go, which is also one of the biggest clubs in football, and Bayern Munich. So there's no German clubs and no French clubs. So you can't have this without them. So after the fans started going crazy and boycotting and being pissed off, and players on the teams, and then UEFA and FIFA said if players compete in this, they can't compete in the World Cup. They can't compete for their home teams. It was a whole bunch of stuff. So players are like, I don't want to go join the Super League. You know, because I can't play for my home team. I can't do this. Because when you play for your country, they don't pay you. Mm-hmm. You get paid by your club team. That's your salary to go. So they can really release you or not release you if they wanted to. So the fact that FIFA and UEFA have all these rules, man, it was a whole cluster, dude. It was a cluster. People started losing their minds, and people lost jobs. Coaches resigned. I mean, it was.
And this was all within this week.
It's all been this week. It's all Tottenham's coach. Tottenham's coach was fired this week because he spoke out against it. The Man United director of football was resigning. Fans have been at Arsenal all week with wanting Stan Kroenke out, even though we wanted that for a while. But just 10 times, worse than that. They're trying to take the soul of football for more money. You can do that a lot of places. You cannot do that in Europe. You can't. The fans there will not allow it. They will turn on you for the greater good because you're going to take their sport away from them. So it was man. And Arsenal after they withdrew from it, it was this full. I'll probably send it to you. To all Arsenal fans and everybody, it was a full-length apology letter to all the fans. Like, we just didn't want to get left behind. We wanted to secure the future of the club. And when we got the invitation, we accepted it due to we didn't want to – other teams are going to get better. We wanted to be part of that. So I get that. But if you were the Arsenal of old, you would have been like, nah, we're good. We're Arsenal. But because you suck so bad, you're just like, I guess we need this. Because PSG, they're like, nah, we're good. Bayern Munich's like, no, we don't need this. That's who we should. The soul of Arsenal is that we're Arsenal. We're English Premier League. We wouldn't even need to be here. But because we're terrible and we suck, we're like, oh, our names would be up there. Sure, out of League of 12, we would have finished 11th. Like, what's the fun of that?
Yeah.
We definitely would have been like a stepping stool in that whole thing. So I'm just glad it's over. I think Barcelona and Real Madrid, I think, are only two teams that haven't fully withdrawn from it yet. But all the English clubs are out. All the Italian clubs are out. So it's not going to happen. But I think they wanted to do is try to renegotiate how the Champions League is played out. Because it is tough for the bigger team. But they want the scheduling and everything. They want probably just more money. And they do deserve it because of the games that are played. But this is not the way to go about it.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out, in the end.
Because I was breaking stuff, man. I was heated. This was garbage. This was such utter garbage. So we spent too much time on that. I'm.
All right.
Nope.
All right, man. Well, the world really needs, man.
Is love.
Yeah, the world needs a super league, but not super soldiers. Hurt. We don't need super soldiers, but we
I guess
do.
we're going into our other segment here.
But we do need a symbol of hope, man.
Yes.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier wrapped up this week. Your thoughts?
Well, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Dude, it was great. Like just from the start to finish, like dude showed up in his Wakandan made costume.
Yeah,
he came out, guns were blazing, just action from beginning to end. And man, I loved every minute of it.
Yeah,
I loved every minute of it. It's such a good show. It's such a good character depth. Everything. I just thoroughly enjoyed this whole. I wish it wasn't over, but I mean, if there's a way to end it, this is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, I thought this was a nice way to transition Sam into Captain America by showing the issues and the motivations and the issues involved with this whole thing. You know, like you say, you see Endgame, and he hands over the shield to Sam. Not really think of the other things that go with that.
The consequences and ramifications of that.
Exactly. So I thought this series did a great job of just going about, okay, what does this really mean? And what does this mean for this character? In a good way, man. I thought it was great. Once again, Marvel takes characters that I really didn't, side characters that I really didn't care about, but they flesh them out. They flesh them out. They give them depth, and they show, wow, these really are people going through some major stuff. How are they friends with the old new Cap? Yeah, that was a little. He's trash. Yeah. Well, he's a free agent now. He's a U.S. agent.
Yeah, he's a U.S. agent. Yes, he's not free. He's a U.S. agent.
So, you knew who he was going to turn into? Is this who you knew he was going to turn into?
Yeah, in the comic books, yes.
Okay,
that's who he becomes. But it's he's still fighting for the right reasons. He's just jaded, and he's gone through a lot. So, again, you could say like he's trash, but again, out of all the people who were involved in this, one of them was a trained assassin. That's all I'm saying. And we're forgetting that dude for killing Tony's parents. So even though, yes, he was brainwashed, but, he did go make his amends and all that good stuff, which was perfect.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not saying I'm trusting U.S. agent. I'm not saying I ain't trusting Bucky. I'd rather trust Bucky than U.S. agent. But you got to think of the story arc that this has gone through. It's, again, even at the yes.
Yeah. That was a good scene.
And what he did for Isaiah.
Right.
The fact that he came back to Baltimore like 3 times.
I know, man. I was loving that.
And nothing bad happened to him. And he still didn't get a chicken box.
Oh yeah. I hope he picked up one on his way.
Yeah, he had to. He got to get some salt, pepper, ketchup in that bad boy. I mean, you can't be Captain America if I have a chicken box. And a half and half. My bad. Forgot about the half and half. But just the whole arc of the story, because when he was like, oh, even though I know the comic books, it's like when he said you deserve it. I don't think other people who just watched the movies are like, why Sam? Why not Bucky? Would be their first, like, Bucky's his boy.
Right.
And then you built up the story so you know who Sam is. And he really is inside the closest to Cap that you could ever get. His morals, his integrity, how he sees things, how he does things is, down the line of right and wrong. And that is exactly how Captain America is. He's a right and wrong guy. Just like the whole Civil War aspect. He doesn't want to fight Tony, but he just knows this is wrong. I want to go save people everywhere, but you're telling me where I need to go? And of course, Tony's like, how that whole argument was. But Sam is, of course, was fighting on his side. But Sam just sees it the same way because we see, not saying we use black people, but just he sees things in such a different way of who really needs to help. Because look what he did with Isaiah. If the first meeting with Isaiah, I know in my mind, I'd be like, well, I ain't bothering that dude again. But he went back. Then he went back, and Isaiah was like, any self-respecting black man ain't gonna pick up that shield.
Right.
And then you're just like, damn. Then he went back home, and he was like, I can't have him dictate how I feel and what I need to do. So now he's made it so that it makes him proud, and it made Isaiah proud. And that's what we and how people's supposed to do. Let me make you proud. You may not see it, and you have a reason to feel the way you feel. And almost is like at the beginning of when Cap gave him the shield, I'm sure there were people that was like, he doesn't deserve it. But at the end of this 6th episode, it's like that dude does deserve it. He is Captain freaking America.
Yep.
And the way that they wrote this whole series was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate how they did that. I appreciate what they did for him, his character, but also what they did for Bucky too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like they made Bucky's such a deeper layered character because he is 113 years old or whatever he is.
Yeah, I mean, he read The Hobbit way back in 1937.
When it first came out.
When it came out, yeah.
I mean, just think of all the errors this dude's been through, everything he's seen. So they made his kid. Then he's down there chilling with the family. That's what I love to see.
Yeah.
He's down there eating, chilling. Yes, and at the end of, I was going to get to that too. At the end of the series, it ended with Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But I also saw somewhere it said season finale. I didn't see series finale.
Yeah, I think it might come back.
So I was like, I only saw season finale.
Yeah.
So it made me wonder, is there going to be another season of Captain America and a Winter Soldier? Because if there is, there needs to be.
Yeah.
Now, but also my question to you, drum roll, is would you rather have a season 2 or you think they're ready to make this into a movie?
Nah, I want a season.
You want a season?
Yeah.
You think Sam could ever translate to the big screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this whole series could have been a movie. It really was a movie. You know what I mean? And it was done very cinematically. You know what I mean? With those with all the action scenes. I mean, this really was a movie just split up in 6 parts. So absolutely it could carry to the big screen.
He's got his fingers crossed for a new season.
No, I think it's definitely going to be another season. Or maybe it will be another movie, but I think there's more to explore with this, man.
Oh, definitely.
So it's definitely coming back. The one thing I didn't like, I get why it had to happen. I wish Carly hadn't died.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have liked to see what would have happened if she had survived. But I get why she had to, because the whole point they were trying to make. I get that, but I really liked her character, man. Oh, and by no surprise, Sharon's the power broker.
Yeah. Now,
she got a pardon.
Yep. Now, how do you like her character arc? Because I know a lot of people weren't surprised by it, but the fact that she went from, she's Maggie's, niece.
Yeah.
To go from that to, of course, I understand being jaded, but to take her character on this dark of a journey. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like it's a little hard for me.
Yeah.
Even though I get it.
Yeah,
it's like she became a Sith Lord,
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like the whole Anakin to
yeah, exactly.
Like, did we really see enough to justify this? I'm cool with it though. I'm just wondering, did we really see enough?
Yeah,
but I'm cool with it.
But if she wasn't as big of a part of this season, but that next season, if they do another season and her part gets bigger and explores that more, it would be perfect because you need to explore that. And I need more. I'm sorry. I need more Zemo.
Yeah.
I need more Zemo. We got him listening to the radio and at the raft and turning the radio off. But I didn't think I needed Sokovian in there so badly other than Wanda. And of course, back-to-back Sokovian people, in this. dude, this series was awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, it did go by so quickly.
Yeah.
But I really feel like if this was a regular movie, it wouldn't have done as well because I don't think people would have accepted it as much. And there's something to go with. Again, I feel like I catch up more. I don't know how I would have done with Lost if I streamed it or if I watched it week by week. Because I feel like I have a different feeling because I feel like I had time to work theories in my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, Lost was different because you had that week. Yeah, the show was over, but when the show was over, you had that week to theorize and speculate and all that stuff. So
yeah, and I feel like in this case with how Marvel is doing it, I feel like I need that break in between weeks, only because if all is just played out, I wouldn't have taken everything. I'm saying seriously. I don't think I would have reflected on everything as much because it's all in the context of it would have been so much, and it wouldn't have been that those gray areas of me really feeling how Bucky was doing or really feeling Sam's. Because just think about the movie starting. Sam goes back. Hey, I've been gone for 5 years. Oh, you can't get a loan. And then at the end of the movie's Captain America. So then it would have been like, But because it's that 6 weeks that it took to get there, I felt every single week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get up to this point where I'm okay. I don't think I would have got that in a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just because it takes a lot for you to get to that. Like you said yesterday, and it was a perfect thing. The only way to do it would have been a Zack Snyder cut of Captain America and the Winter Soldier to really get that in-depth character meat in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but once again, Marvel did a great job.
And Doc, I agree with you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Maggie Carter, who again, that was an underrated series. I did like the series as well.
Okay.
That was on TV, but I don't think she does get the credit she deserves. I mean, she started Shield, really. So, all right.
All right, man. So
we got one question. No new Marvel comment until Loki.
Loki's coming out in June, though.
Yeah, well, season 2 months. We're still in April, so technically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? But it's okay because.
But we will find something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine because it's cool to get a little break, and Marvel's just coming out with so much stuff. I am so excited about what Marvel's doing, man. Hopefully I think we're getting the Eternals this year. I think we're getting What If series this year. We're getting Black Widow.
Are you excited for those?
No. I told you I'm not excited about Loki. I'm not excited about Black Widow, but I'm excited about What If, and I am excited about Eternals, man.
Wow. Eternals of all the things.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm still shocked I got you to watch weekly programming, honestly. I'm just happy we got to this level. Everything else is icing on the cake.
Oh, man.
So it's icing on the cake.
All right. So, that trailer, man. What was it? Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah,
fire, son. That joint looks. Oh my, Marvel, man. Good Lord.
Marvel can do it. Let's get to these movies.
All right, man. Let's do this real quick because we still got to do our mock draft.
Yep. This is the second part of the podcast. We are doing a mock draft since the draft is this Thursday.
Thursday.
This Thursday. Yeah, and we will let everybody know we may be doing I'll send it out on Facebook. Our little draft drop-in.
Yeah.
We'll be online Zoom, and people can just drop in and do a Zoom draft, especially when number 6 comes up for certain people looking forward to the draft. So it's definitely gonna be exciting. So we're gonna do this movie thing and do our mock draft. But go ahead, what you got?
All right, so we next 4 movies on our list. We're gonna do 56 to 50, countdown to 53 today. So 57 last week was Avengers Endgame. That was my pick, and number 56 is Infinity War. Infinity War, man. Like I said, I've gone back and forth on these movies. Now you talk about this was really one big movie split up in 2. I love these movies. the crazy thing is, after rewatching that, I think I told you I like Endgame more than Infinity War.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the minority with that, but I mean, it's a great movie. Marvel, man. It's just great, man. The whole Infinity War thing was just great. I love this movie. Like I said, you can't really pick one without the other, but I had this one ranked slightly higher when I did the list. But no, man, love it. Just love the movie, man.
You can't go wrong with either one. I didn't have either one on my list, which is why they dropped so far down. Probably should be higher. Again, these movies come on, I watch them. And the crazy thing is, I think I was more emotionally tormented by Infinity War than I was Endgame. I guess I was not, when people actually just started, and being in the movie theater, because I was in the movie theater for this too, the reaction of people when people just started disappearing was, I think I'm getting goosebumps from it now. Yeah, people just like, it was just like,
you just heard gasps all over the theater.
It's like you're just driving home stunned. Like I was just stunned.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, they're not going to get rid of this character. Oh no, he's gone.
And the way they did it, just the way they did it, just like, Bucky was like, Cap, just gone.
Yeah.
Even at the end when Nick Fury almost is about to curse.
Yeah, that was good.
Is that the signal to a character that you hate so much? He just disappears. And it was like, even the end was crazy. Like, Nick Fury's going too?
Yeah, like, what?
Like, what is going on? So,
well, at least he did get the page.
To somebody that you don't like.
No, I like the character. Not hate the movie, but thought it was bad. Anyway, all right. Number 55. This was definitely on my list. This is one of my all-time favorite movies, man. I saw this movie as a teenager, man. Baltimore represented. The great John Waters made this movie. Hairspray, man. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This movie is so good. It eventually became a Broadway play. Then they took the Broadway play and made that into a movie as well. But Hairspray, story of Baltimore in the 60s. But the cool thing about the movie, I remember when I first saw it, that it dealt with race relations as well. And that kind of shocked me when I first saw the movie. But man, it incorporates Baltimore. Like I said, it deals with race relationships, deals with dance and music, and it's just a really, really good movie, man. And it brought us Ricki Lake, man. That's how Ricki Lake got her start, man. Was from Hairspray, man. And I still got to see the Broadway play. Next time it comes to Baltimore, I got to see it. But yeah, man, this is one of my all-time favorite movies, man. And this is a movie, if it's on the 1988 version, I will watch it because I just love it so much.
Yeah, never seen it. I see it on TV, and I may watch a minute, and then I'm gone. This movie is infamous in our house due to my daughter's school doing this as a play.
Yes.
And me not knowing the content of it. Getting a phone call from a principal due to people quoting from the movie at the school and quoting to the wrong people.
Yeah.
So this movie holds a little different context here in the Hurd household. Because I didn't know, because I never watched it. All right. I never watched it at all. So I had no clue how they could be quoting things from there that they shouldn't be quoting, fourth graders should be quoting. So I was a little taken aback by the whole thing. I was like, she said, what to who?
Yeah.
I had no idea. None. So this movie's a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
But I totally get why it's, it should be. It's a movie about, where you're from and what makes the city. So I totally get it.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. If you ever get a chance to see it, check it out. It's good. It's a good movie, man.
Yeah, I definitely won't. But yeah, I mean, for everybody else, definitely check it out.
All right, whatever. All right, next. This is a movie I know you definitely like because this was your pick. Number 54, Talladega Nights, man.
Well, the one thing I have to say about this movie, unfortunately, since it's not first, it's last.
Yeah, number 54, man. You know, Ricky Bobby's not happy with that one.
Listen, I freaking love this movie. Again, this is one of those movies that are on. I probably quote Will Ferrell almost as much as any other human being ever alive, I think. It's just, just from, again, shake and bake that just happened, or don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that evil on us. Like that just that movie, little in the manger, innocent, sweet little.
Yeah, we got to pray to sweet baby Jesus.
Yes, little sweet, lovable in the manger, innocent, all with a blanket. It's just, it's this movie just makes me happy. Yeah. That's all I can say. It's just he's sitting there, he's driving with a damn cougar in the back. It's just I can't, dude. This movie makes me happy. I love Talladega Nights. It's just it's so funny.
Yeah,
like when Will Ferrell was in it, his prime Will Ferrell stuff. You can't beat that, man. Yeah. I mean, between the Elves and the Talladegas and the old school and
the glory. I mean, we can go on and on.
About It's just. But I quote this movie. The dude is sitting there. He's like, I can't feel my legs. He just stabs himself with scissors. Oh God! Like, don't do it, Ricky. Boom. It's so good. Anyway,
this is a movie I haven't seen in a while, but I love it, man. Love it.
What we got next?
All right, and last this was my pick. You know me, I love time travel. And this movie gave us Neo. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, man. Love it, man. Have you seen this movie? You've seen Bill and Ted? Oh my gosh!
No, you definitely. This goes along the realm of Legally Blonde for me.
Oh my gosh!
It's a type of movie I would never, ever watch.
Yo, it's so good, man. And really, the time travel really doesn't quite make sense. But basically, the whole point of the movie is they time travel to pick up historical figures from the past because they have to pass their English final or whatever in order to graduate. So they just bring it back, they bring back Abraham Lincoln, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Socrates, Joan of Arc. It's hilarious, yo. But it's just so good, man. I love Bill and Ted. Yes, definitely 80s classic.
It came out in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Late 80s? I thought it came out in the 90s.
I think it was 86. I think Bill and Ted came out in 86. 86, 87-ish, yeah.
Dang, I did not know Keanu was around that long. Really, 86?
Yeah, man. And he still looks the same.
That's the same year as Transformers, the cartoon movie. Are you sure that was...
Yeah, man. I mean, I could look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure Bill.
Yeah. No, I believe. I totally, because you saw it. I totally believe you. I just didn't know it was that old. It came out in '89.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Wow. Anything that comes out in '86 that wasn't Transformers the movie, I would know.
Okay. All right. Now we did get Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which was bogus. I didn't like that sequel.
Didn't they have 3 movies and they just had one recently, right?
And then last year they had Bill and Ted Face the Music. So, which wasn't that good, but it was good seeing the gang get back together again, man. So, but no, man, Bill and Ted, love it, man. Absolutely love it. So next week we're hitting the 40s next week, man. We're almost halfway done. And we're almost done to our top 14.
Which is the only now out of all these movies, we only agreed on 14.
Yeah,
which is a lot of movies.
Yeah,
which just shows you how our tastes are totally different. But this is why everything works.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's get to it. This is what we all been waiting for.
Yeah, this is a set now. This is going to be this is a separate part. We saved this for last because again, this Thursday is the NFL draft, so we are hoping to have an excellent draft party coming up this week, starting on Thursday, NFL draft, and we're doing our mock draft, which I did. Again, Dan told me we did one last year. I didn't remember until you pulled it up, and we actually did do. I think it was a separate one. So we're just continuing what we normally do. My draft's probably going to be terrible, but we'll see how it goes. I don't even know where my own team picks. So we're just going to go and do the mock draft, and we'll see. Basically, the only thing we're ever going to get critiqued on is who goes sixth. So since that's my pick.
And 18. And number 18. So.
Oh, yeah, and 18. You're right. Oh, man, I got both of them.
Yeah.
Now maybe I might want to switch with you. I'm not getting thrown under the bus here. Oh well, I picked even, so I guess I'll stick with it.
All right, man. Well, with the number one pick, there's no surprise here, man. This guy's been the best quarterback for the last 2 years in college. Jacksonville, yeah, we are definitely taking we're going to draft Trevor Lawrence right here, man.
Trevor Lawrence going number one. Number two, we're going to go here. Going to the arena down in Jersey. The New York Jets, of course, we all know that they need a quarterback. And I know this is going to be between two guys. I think somebody could be sneaking up there. I just have a feeling it's going to be the quarterback from BYU. I think they're going to be taking Zach Wilson here at the number 2 pick.
Absolutely, man. By the way, man, I was watching some of Zach Wilson's games and stuff recently. That dude is good. I didn't realize how good that guy is. Yo, he's gonna be a problem in the league, man. He's gonna be a problem.
Now we'll see. I mean, the level of competition wasn't there, but
yeah, the level of competition wasn't. But yo, the talent that guy has is man. I didn't. He's good. Anyway, yeah. All right. This is where it gets a little dicey. With the number 3 pick, San Fran traded with the aforementioned Miami Dolphins to get to this pick. And they traded to get a quarterback. The question is which one? We've been hearing Mac Jones. I'm telling you, I told you, and I said it on the podcast, my theory is that they saw Trey Lance's pro day and were blown away by it. And I think that's who they're going to pick. I think they're picking Trey Lance number 3.
Wow, okay. Trey Lance going off the board. From North Dakota State, of course, another guy who came from that school who was recently traded and is on a new team, Carson Wentz. So here, now you want to talk about getting tricky. This is where the Falcons are. Falcons have an aging quarterback we all know in Matty Ice, who's up there. A lot of places actually have them taking a quarterback here, which could be the top 4 picks going to be quarterbacks. They have a lot of team needs. I'm not going to drag this out. This is where everything hinges on what you do here. And I just have this feeling that they're going to draft for the future. And they're going to take Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama.
Wow. Okay. So they're going. So you said they're taking Mac Jones?
They're Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I think they're going Kyle Pitts there myself. I don't think Matty Ice is going anywhere for a couple of years. So I don't think they're going quarterback, but that's an interesting pick, man. That's an interesting pick. Well, here's what I think. I think everything tells you I don't agree with these team needs because they said Atlanta's team need was a tight end. They have Hayden Hurst. They just traded for him with us last year.
And he was doing well, yeah. So I don't know why that's their number 1 team need.
Yeah, that's
not really kind of they need basically the best players available.
Right.
Or they could be thinking about, can we win the division? Because the division is up for grabs, every team is in flux except for Tampa.
Yeah.
So can they make a run at the playoffs, or are you going to build for your future? So I just went for the future part. But right. Yeah, but go ahead.
And just like they have wide receiver as the number one team need for the Bengals. That is not their number one. They need offensive line. They got Joe Burrow killed. That being said, they're not drafting the offensive lineman in the first round. I think they're picking Jamar Chase, and they're going to try to address offensive linemen in the later rounds. They want to reunite Joe Burrow with his former teammate at LSU. So I'm picking Jamar Chase, even though I truly think they need to protect that man, because it was messed up how they got that man hurt last year.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
Yep.
All right, so we're sitting here with probably one of the most scrutinized picks, at least to me, from what I hear on a near daily basis. This is tricky. You know, of course they need wide receiver. We all know we can sit here and have an Alabama connection, like, because you just had an LSU connection, right?
Yep.
So Jalen Waddle would probably fit perfect here. They need an edge rusher. They need running back, but we know it's a little bit too early for that. Right here, you make the play for a player who could be transitional. Supposedly he may be dropping in some draft boards. Some teams may be trading up to get him. I'm not sure. You can still make it an all-SEC team. I really don't like the school he's from. So making this draft pick here hurts me in a little bit of a way where it hurts my stomach. But I'm picking Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida.
Yeah, I think if Kyle Pitts gets the number 6, this will be the perfect scenario for the Dolphins. They are hoping he gets the number 6.
Well, yeah, because I think they can make things happen. They need, again, a division they could definitely be second in that division. So if they can pick it up a little bit and be better than New England, be better than the Jets, and just be behind Buffalo, they definitely have a chance to be in the playoffs.
Okay.
They just need playmakers.
Now, number 7, Detroit. Man, they are happy right now because their guy is still on the board. They may have traded for golf, but man, Justin Fields is still there. They are definitely drafting for the future right here. Man, Justin Fields going to Detroit.
Detroit football. All right, he stays up in the area where he's from, so where he played college ball. So good for him. Here's where Carolina, who just traded to get their quarterback. So since they're on the board and you need to protect, it's going to be an easy pick for me here. You need to protect a guy that you just traded for. So I'm picking a guy, offensive tackle from Oregon, Penei Sewell, is off the board.
Absolutely. That's a good move. Oh, man, Denver, they are disappointed.
Denver.
Yeah, they are so disappointed, man. They really were hoping to get Justin Fields. But, maybe they can get a quarterback in the second round. But right now –
they have Drew Lock. What's wrong with Drew Lock?
Yeah, I don't think they're happy with Drew Lock. I think they really were looking at Justin Fields right there with that pick. Yeah. So, but man, they still have some good receivers on the board. I mean, they're pretty okay with receiver.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I was just going to say, you know what? They need help at corner. And Patrick Surtain, some think is the best corner in the draft. So you know what? We're going to pick up some defensive help with Surtain the second.
All right, that's good. By the way, I got a thumbs up for my how did I get this? Oh God. Oh man, this is painful. Okay. Well, I got a thumbs up for my Dolphins pick, so that's good. Oh man, I don't care, and they're gonna pick. I'm gonna just say offensive tackle out of Northwestern,
Rashawn Slater.
I'm not even gonna say what team was for. How do I get? We're gonna get the whole NFC East. At least you got this one. I got another one, but go ahead.
That's surprising to me. I would have thought Dallas would have gone defense there. Their defense.
Well, they need to protect the guy that they paid all that money to. That's why
but
I decided to pick him.
Their defense stinks. So, but I get it. You don't want to help out their defense. So, hey. All right. Well, the Giants, I think this is perfect for the Giants right here. Hey, look, they're sticking with Danny Dimes. We got to get Danny Dimes weapons. We just got him a wide receiver. What's his name?
Galladay, Kenny Galladay.
Galladay, thank you. But, we're going to pair him up with Jalen Waddle. Give Danny Dimes another weapon.
All right, Jalen Waddle is off the board, right?
Yep.
All right, so now we went from the Giants a little bit further south down 95 to Philly, who also needs some wide receivers, some offensive help to help their new quarterback, who also at one point did go play. Go ahead.
I don't know what just happened, but Philly picked JC. How did that happen?
You must have done that. Did you press a button?
I mean, I didn't, but I guess I held on for too long when I hit the Giants. So sorry, man. You lost the pick. Well,
I didn't because they're taking Devontae Smith, so you need to go trade that back.
They took J.C. Horn for purposes of this mock draft. Sorry.
How did that happen?
Oh no, I don't know how that happened.
And there's no way for you to. I don't want to change mine. Well, if I change mine, I'll just take J.C. Horn. Fine.
Yeah.
My pick is Devontae Smith, but I'll put J.C. Horn on there just because someone messed up.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened.
So my draft's out the window. That's all I gotta say.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. It's like real life drafting.
That's like fantasy. We do our fantasy football and auto pick all of a sudden.
Oh, yep.
That's exactly.
Or if you're drafting from somebody that you know.
Yeah, yep. But anyway, Chargers are on the clock with the 13th pick. They got their star quarterback. Now they got to protect him. So we're going to give him offensive tackle, Christian Durasol out of Virginia Tech.
Okay. All right. And he is off the board. So we come next to Minnesota. Minnesota needs help. I mean, basically everywhere. Their defense is terrible. They look at the board. They definitely need linebacker help. They need an edge rusher. There's a couple guys on here, Jalen Phillips from Miami. But they're going to, I think, Micah Parsons here. Perfect linebacker, Penn State.
All right, the Patriots on the clock. They could use a whole lot here, but
they need everything.
Yeah, there are no quarterbacks for them really to take right here. But you know what? They could use some wide receiver help. Julian Edelman retired, and Devontae.
And they ain't got nobody else.
Yeah, so you know what? They cannot pass up on Devontae Smith right here.
All right, the Cardinals are next, and they're basically all defensive. They had a really good offense, as everybody knows, because they actually have top-notch wide receivers. Running game was pretty good. They need linebacker help. Not everything falls the way it should on this. I'm going to go outside the box a little bit on this one. I know right there on the board, Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech is there. I just don't believe two Virginia Tech guys are going to go that high, because I just don't believe in Virginia Tech. So I'm going to pick Zach Collins, linebacker from Tulsa.
Zaven Collins.
Oh, Zaven. What did I say?
You said Zach.
Zach, yeah. Well, I'm thinking of Zach.
Yeah.
Ryder, Zach Wilson, Zach something.
Wow, the Raiders are on the clock. Man, they could use a whole lot, man. They really need a lot on defense. But we're going to stick them with a defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman that can apply pressure up the middle. We're going to give them Christian Barber out of Alabama.
Okay. There he is. All right. I'm scared.
Wow. You know what? Yeah, this is interesting because you can go a lot of different ways right here. I'm curious where you're gonna go.
Yeah, I again, my war room has helped me out with some of these Miami picks here, and they said they need someone to go on the edge. Again, I'm a little bit partial. I know Jalen Phillips is a guy who could be a home guy. If he's on the board, he's there. He played in that stadium. He knows that stadium. Kwity Paye from Michigan is definitely good as well. You know what? I'll just go with the hometown guy. I'm going to say Jalen Phillips, edge rusher from Miami to Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you, Hurt. I would have went edge there. You know, I've been saying, man, if the Dolphins could pick up Najee Harris, man, with that 18th pick, that would be perfect for them. But when you have, he's the first edge in our draft taking off the board. You gotta go edge there because
you gotta go. You know, you got a quarterback in Buffalo that you got to knock down.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Well, looky here, the Washington football team is on the clock.
Yeah.
And let's see, the defense is pretty stacked. You know, we're gonna go offense here. I mean, you guys. I mean, one of the best tackles remaining, Tevin Jenkins. To get him at 17, I think at 19 is a great move. Give some protection to Fitzpatrick and whatever young quarterbacks you bring in. So,
Tyler Heinicke.
Yeah.
All right, so we are here with Da Bears, who need all the help in the world, as we know. Well, they already have their starting quarterback in the Red Water Pistol. So they definitely needed that. I don't think they're going to reach for one here. The Bears are the type of team that just pick people out of nowhere sometimes. But because he's on the board and they do need help and he's the best player available, I'm picking Caleb Farley, cornerback from Virginia Tech.
All right. Now we have the Colts. Colts defense is pretty solid. They do need O-linemen. They need to build up that. They had a pretty good offensive line not too long ago, but I think injuries have kind of hurt their line. But you know what? There is no guarantee that Justin Houston's coming back. There's still some pretty good edges on here. So you know what? We're going to go with the best available edge with Kwity Paye.
Kwity Paye to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here. I feel like Tennessee probably would have made a play for somebody, would have moved up. They again, they got a pretty solid team. They do need some defensive help at cornerback and wide receiver. I'm looking, obviously they don't need running back, but why not? They could add another Alabama running back. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt, but they're not going to go there right now. So cornerback and wide receiver are their needs. I'm going to go here. They're going to pick Rashad Bateman, wide receiver. Soda.
Hurt, why are you doing this to me, man?
Soda.
All right, the Jets back on the clock. You know what? They just need help in a whole lot of areas. They just made their offense better. You know what? They would have loved to have paired up Rashad Bateman with their new quarterback, Zach Wilson. But you know what? Their defense stinks. And they have a defensive-minded coach now. You know what? We're going to give them Azeez Ojulari off the edge, man.
All right. Azeez from Georgia.
Oh, man. You know what?
What'd you do this time?
No, I just realized what I should have done, but go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right.
Don't do it, Hurt, please.
I don't even know what I'm going to do here. So, I mean, everything's up and open. Of course, we're here. Pittsburgh, they, always need offensive tackle. Heck, they actually need quarterback because Ben falls apart like, a cheap suit half the time of the year. They have one of the best rush ends in the business. They definitely have a team. You can only get better by making their offense better. But they just had a retirement on the offensive line. So I'm picking offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood from Alabama.
Thank goodness. All right, I thought you were going to pick Najee Harris. Thanks, I appreciate that one. All right,
I was thinking about it, but I think they need. You can have a running game, but you need an offensive line first.
Yeah. All right. Jacksonville's back on the clock, and they're upset because they would love to draft Leatherwood to help protect Trevor Lawrence, but you know what? They need defensive help, and this is one of the best linebackers on the board. We're going to take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame.
All right, good job. All right, so we're here, Cleveland, who just signed Jadeveon Clowney to a contract, so to go along with Garrett. So I think they're good on the edges for them. They got a good running back. I believe here is where you want to go with what's your best bet? What do you need? They do need an inside linebacker. They need I think they need a wide receiver as well to go along with some of the weapons you have. So at this point, I'm going to go Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
All right. Come to the Ravens with their first pick. They are in dire need of a edge rusher.
The Ravens.
Yeah, we got to go edge rush here. We have no edge rusher right now. We lost Judon. We lost Ngakoue. Justin Houston came to visit, but he left without a deal. We're going Joe Tryon out of Washington.
All right, Joe. We're here at New Orleans, who needs everybody at this point. But I'm going to go with Greg Newsome, the second cornerback, Northwestern.
All right. Green Bay Packers are on the clock. You know what? They could always use O-line help. We're going to get them Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC.
Okay. To Green Bay, because, you got to protect the asset.
Yep.
So we're here at number 30. We're here with the Buffalo Bills. And, they need defense. They need quarterback. They need edge. They need wide receiver. But you know what? I'm going to say let's take the best player off the board. That's what we do here in Buffalo, make our team better. Najee Harris is gone.
Wow.
He's going to Buffalo.
Wow.
Push that team's offense even further.
Yeah, that's a good pick for them at number 30 because their running game, in the playoffs, their running game was non-existent. They didn't bother to throw the ball against us.
Yep. So I said, Najee Harris.
All right, well.
You got both your teams' picks. Look at that.
Yeah, yep. So we took edge rusher, which we direly need. Because we need O-line help because we just traded Orlando Brown. But you know what else we need, man? We need a number one receiver. What the heck? We're going to give Terrace Marshall a shot. 6'4", running a 4.4 at his pro day.
Okay. Terrace Marshall Jr.
Yep.
Speaking of wide receivers, even though they got like 50 of them, I don't think they're going to go that route. If they can kind of re-sign the people that they have, I think they might be okay here. The defending Super Bowl champions. They have their running game, which is fine because Travis Etienne would be perfect. Perfect for anybody. He's such a good talent. He's great out of the backfield. But why not? Let's shore up that defense. Let's get the edge rusher Jason Owa from Penn State to finish round 1.
All right. There you go.
There you have it. I say the pick of the draft had to go to Kyle Pitts going to Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to say that Miami's definitely on their way up in the future. I think the worst pick on here had to be whoever you auto picked for me. Had to be the worst pick. Other than that, I kind of like our first round, and we'll see how it actually. Now, again, we're not equating any trades that happen on draft day. Can't do that sort of thing. But you never know how it's going to. You never know how it's going to go on draft day.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited. I do like Tevin Jenkins. We do need some offensive tackle help, so I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like I said, I like everybody's draft. If Devontae Smith falls in New England, he'd be perfect there. He would be perfect there.
Round 2.
Yeah. No. That would be on the NYMD Plus streaming network. Okay? That's extra content that you would need to pay for. It could be like $4 or $5. Not even a month, just like one time. But I mean, that would be around too. But yeah, but thank you everybody for tuning in. I know it's extra long, but we had a draft this week, so won't be too many supersized episodes like this. So we really appreciate your time and commitment and patience, and of course, always chiming in and getting us your comments. We're here, of course, live on YouTube. You can like us, subscribe to us. Leave your thoughts and opinions. We appreciate it. N1MD Podcast. Of course, we're on social media, and we're going to be heavy on social media this week, especially on draft night on that Thursday. You can find us on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. And, of course, you could download us and play us just for the audio version. We're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NYMD Podcast. Thank you, everybody. Get vaccinated and stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week. And we'll see you Thursday.
Peace out.